Iran's radar killing campaign is increasingly blinding U.S. missile defense across the Gulf, turning billion-dollar eyes into smoking craters. This dark night for America's eyes reached a new peak with Iran's deadliest strikes yet, as precision attacks on flagship radars in Qatar, Bahrain, and other hubs temporarily left U.S. forces operating almost blind. U.S. commanders are now struggling to shield military assets, while Iran rolls out a new war strategy built around systematically hitting sensors first. Iranian drone swarms are being used to saturate U.S. radars and exhaust interceptor stocks, and only once the picture is fuzzy do the ballistic missiles arrive to do the killing. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says at least 10 Gulf radar sites have been struck in its latest offensive, signaling a deliberate effort to degrade U.S.-linked early warning systems across the region. Reports indicate Iran has shifted to a systematic campaign to blind U.S.-led air defense networks, arguing that destroying the eyes of the system makes even advanced interceptors far less effective. The new strategy focuses on knocking out radars first and only then unleashing massed missile and drone barrages, so defenders must respond with shorter warning times and patchy tracking data. Iran is using low-cost Shahed drones to saturate defenses and drain expensive interceptor stocks, before following up with heavier ballistic missiles in mixed salvos. Experts say these mixed salvo tactics compress defenders' reaction time to mere seconds and force them to engage multiple tracks at once, increasing the odds that some missiles and drones will get through. Iranian missiles struck Muwaffaq Salti Air Base in Jordan on July 17, hitting where U.S. troops lived and key base infrastructure, and turning the site into a symbol of how vulnerable fixed facilities have become. 2 U.S. soldiers were initially confirmed killed in the attack, and later updates raised the toll to 4 fatalities as remains from a missing service member were identified. Iran's missiles hit living quarters and critical infrastructure with high precision, with U.S. officials noting that prefabricated housing units used by American personnel took direct strikes. The IRGC publicly claimed it destroyed a missile defense radar and an F-15 inside a hardened shelter at the base, framing the strike as part of a broader effort to knock out key U.S. assets. Analysts say degraded U.S. radar coverage from such attacks likely reduced warning times, making it harder for defenders to detect, track, and intercept incoming missiles in time. Beyond Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan have all faced heavy strikes on sensors and air defense nodes, as Iran targets the wider regional network that underpins U.S.-led protection. Fixed U.S. radar sites, air bases, airports, and command facilities have now become high-value targets, with Iran treating them as the nervous system of American air power that must be blinded first. Defense experts argue that sensor survivability now matters as much as missiles themselves, because without resilient radars and early warning systems, interceptors and aircraft cannot be used effectively. Analysts say Washington increasingly needs more mobile radar units and airborne early warning platforms, which can be moved, dispersed, and kept on the move to avoid becoming easy targets for precision strikes. New satellite images suggest Iran is rebuilding key military infrastructure far faster than US and Israeli planners anticipated. The pace of reconstruction is raising fresh concerns inside Israel over the long-term effectiveness of the bombing campaign. Questions are now being raised over whether months of airstrikes truly crippled Iran's military capabilities. Missile tunnels, military bases, and critical infrastructure are rapidly returning to operation despite repeated attacks. Fresh satellite imagery indicates Iran has begun restoring damaged military facilities much sooner than expected, according to reports. Israeli and Western officials say missile bases, roads, bridges, and ports are already being rebuilt. Officials warn the rapid pace of reconstruction is becoming a major strategic concern. The rebuilding follows months of sustained US and Israeli airstrikes across Iran. Satellite imagery shows tunnel entrances near Kangavar have already been reopened after earlier strikes. Freshly paved roads and newly excavated tunnel systems appeared only weeks after the bombing campaign. Similar reconstruction activity has also been detected near missile bases in Kermanshah and Desful. Israeli officials believe much of Iran's underground missile arsenal survived because only tunnel entrances were destroyed. Iran has also begun repairing Bandar Anzali, one of its key strategic ports linked to the IRGC. Satellite imagery shows reconstruction work underway at shipyard facilities previously damaged by Israeli attacks. Analysts say military production facilities around Tehran are also showing clear signs of recovery. Iran's industrial base appears to be helping restore critical military infrastructure at remarkable speed. Some Israeli military officials have privately acknowledged that Iran's recovery has exceeded expectations. One official reportedly admitted that a bridge destroyed during the campaign was repaired within just a few days. Officials now fear the air campaign may only have delayed Iran rather than permanently weakening it. Some analysts believe shifting attacks away from military infrastructure reduced the campaign's overall effectiveness. Analysts believe Iran may still possess significant underground stockpiles of missiles and drones. Although advanced production facilities were damaged, weapons assembly could resume much sooner than expected. Israeli intelligence is now tracking reports that centrifuges may have been relocated into protected mountain tunnels. Officials warn Iran's rapid military recovery could reshape the next phase of the regional conflict.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you'll have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.